All right, it says we're live. We'll find out. Hey, everybody. I'll delay a little bit. I haven't done this in a really long time, so I don't even remember everything I'm supposed to do. I hope the sound in the video is okay. If you're out there, the first thing I need from everybody is a video audio check. So we're live right now. If you're watching it and it says live up here somewhere, then it's live. So I need you to let me know how the audio and the video is. And once you do, then we'll get going. We'll do the box thing and get going. I got to remember how this is. I haven't done a show in, I don't know, months. Maybe a month or so, maybe a month. But anxious to get back into it. It's a little overcast here today, but enough that I think I have enough power to get through the show. We'll see. If you're out there, get into the comments section. This thing's going out on about 5 or 6 different platforms. You will probably not see comments from everybody, but wherever you are, if there's a comment section there, down here or up here or wherever it is, type in a comment and let me know if the sound in the video is good. All right, Richard, thank you. All right. As we get going, if you have questions or comments, you want to get them in right now. Questions early. I do not have a show planned. I don't have a rant planned. I probably will do one anyway, but I just really wanted to get back and be able to do a show and communicate and let everybody know updates and everything. So we're going to go ahead and, if I can figure out how to do the box thing, we'll do that. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Bunker Nation. My name is Michael Bunker. I'm going to be your host for the afternoon. Doing an early show today for a lot of reasons, but one of those is I was going to make sure that I had sun or some sun for the solar power. And secondarily, I would like to do maybe a second show this evening at 7 p.m. and do it from the rolling table, rolling a cigar. So I'm going to plan on doing that. We'll see how the power holds out. But glad to be here. Haven't been here in quite a while. Haven't done a show in maybe a month. I need to get back to it. I need to get back to doing the fourth part of the Gentleman in Moscow book club and some more Q&A and all that kind of stuff. So I put up a post today at michaelbunker.com, which you can see right here, michaelbunker.com, where I kind of gave an update of what all's going on. I'll cover that really quickly here. While I'm doing it, if you have questions or comments or a topic or something you want to talk about, put them in the comment section. Wherever you are, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, if you're on Twitter, wherever you are, type in a question and that way it'll be there and it'll help the show. It makes the show better. One of the reasons that I was not highly motivated during the time when my power was down to do a show was because sometimes I get on here and I do 30 or 40 minutes and nobody participates. And it's very, very disheartening. And I know people like to hear my rants and they got to want to hear what I say, but it sure does help the show move along better if people have questions and comments. All right, so I have been off, and the reason why is because of several reasons. My solar trailer, as you all probably know, went out after the freeze, about a week after the freeze, and I had to order a solar charge controller. And from that point until just about a week ago, we had almost no sun. And on the days when it was sunny, I was doing something else because I planned on doing something else. And so I finally had a sunny day about a week or so ago that allowed me to install the charge controller, which is now working, getting the solar power system back up and running. I have a very small solar power system that's basically designed for me charging. Thank you, War Dog Heim. For me being able to charge laptop batteries, stuff for up at the cottage, tools and whatnot. And so thank you again, War Dog Heim, for that super chat. If you're on YouTube, you can do a super chat too. You get down there where the comment section is. You can click on that, and there's a $sign, and you can go down there and put in some donations. Just to let you know, our last month, because I haven't been doing shows, I think the income for the whole show was $8. So anyways, I finally got my solar charger installed and started getting a little power. Then we were already scheduled to go to Arkansas to visit my children and grandchildren. Had the whole family together for 5 or 6 days, which was awesome. We got back, and I had every intention of getting right back into things. And my generator was dead. I think I can fix it. I don't think I'm going to need to do anything other than spend some time working on it. But my generator is dead, which meant I couldn't get power when it was dark and rainy. And it has been dark and rainy here all year. The days when it has been sunny have been rare. And usually when it is sunny, I'm doing something else. So that's kind of what's been the problem, is actually getting down here, getting everything going, and having it happen on a day where there's actually enough sun for there to be solar power. Normally, I would just be able to use my generator, but my generator's not working. All right, so that's kind of the update on what's going on. Update on the Bunker Nation Coffee world. I need to do that. I need to do an update on movie stuff and other things. So, again, if you have questions or comments, put them in the comment section. Don't sit there and just watch me ramble on. I could do this without you. I already know what I think. So, coffee update. Bunker Nation Coffee is going really, really well. I would like it to be going better, but it's going really well. We have some deals in the works that could work out to allow us to have some retail front kind of situations. War Dogheim, your shirt went out, I believe, yesterday. You should have gotten a email alert that it went out, but if not, I will try to send you one. We might have some retail opportunities. So right now, Bunker Nation Coffee is available in Santa Ana, Texas, at Somewhere, Texas, which is a cool little shop. I'm going to do a video live from there here in the next month. That's cool. If you're driving from Lubbock to San Antonio, Lubbock to Austin, Lubbock down southeast somewhere, and you come through Santa Ana, Texas, cute little western town, stop at Somewhere, Texas. You don't even have to stop to buy my coffee. It's just a cool place. They got Texas beer, Texas wine, Texas information, like about places to go, places to see, artwork, all kinds of stuff. Steve, who runs the place, is a cool guy, and he's fun to talk to. So go by Somewhere, Texas, and while you're there, ask Steve to make you a cup of coffee or espresso particularly. And he's going to make it from Bunker Nation Coffee, and you get to taste it, and then you buy a bag while you're there. Before you get there, if you happen to come down 153 to meet with 84, and you go through Coleman, Texas, you can stop into Bonneville or Bonnevinyl, two mid-century modern retro stores that are awesome. Coolest stores I think that there is. Just the coolest stores. And talk to Wes, and he has Bunker Nation Coffee there available, so just buy it from him. Coming up soon, if you continue on that road, you go through Santa Ana, you get to Brownwood. We're going to be having Bunker Nation Coffee in a couple of different locations in Brownwood. Announcement coming soon. And we might even have our own little storefront at some point. So that's going to be really, really cool. And so coffee's doing well. The third, so right now we got the Mocha Java, which is the dark. We have the the Bonnie Blue, which is dark, but it's not as dark, but it's very, very full tasting. And it is by far the most popular Bunker Nation coffee. But we got the third one, the Go Away coffee, which is going to be coming out in about a week. And that is going to be super dark, super Goa. So if you read Pennsylvania, my novel, and you know the character Goa, who I hope to play in the movie, then this Goa Way coffee was formulated for Goa. So you can think of Goa, who is me, out there in the wilderness with a fire, roasting his beans that he traded with the rebel unit for some pelts or skins or meat or something. And so he's out there and he's cooking his beans out over the fire. All right. This is from Mike. He says, hello from Vancouver. All churches in British Columbia have been banned from gathering for worship since November. Thankfully, my church has been meeting under the radar the whole time. It is a real problem here. I know we've been praying for you guys. I'm happy both for the people who have stood up against that tyranny and those people who are doing it more surreptitiously. So glad to see you guys are still meeting. Thanks for telling us that. Thanks for the report. Please keep us informed of stuff that's going on there. For those people in the U.S., never let this happen. Never, ever, ever let the government tell you whether you're going to meet with the brethren. ever, for any reason. Just don't do it. All right, so my friend War Dog Heim, he got a notification for the Go Away coffee cups, but not for the shirt. I may not have put your email address into. I know it's shipped because I shipped it, but so your shirt is on the way. The the Go Away cups. Let me show people because they're so cool. Now I'm a little bit disappointed. I'll pop that back up there in a minute because I was supposed to have my cups first. I ordered my cups first before anybody else even knew to order them. And people in England are getting their cups, and people all over the place are getting their coffee cups. And I haven't got my cup yet. If you want a Go Away coffee mug, then what you need to do is go down to the description down underneath the YouTube video, or just go to michaelbunker.com, click on swag or coffee. It'll lead you down the primrose path, and you can order a Go Away mug. And so for those of you who don't know, Goa, as I said, is a character in the novel Pennsylvania that they're making into a major motion picture. Goa is the character I hope to play in the movie. He speaks in broken English because he was born into a plain family, which was either Mennonite or Amish, and spoke that dialect, and then left and went into the wild, became one of the wild ones, and lived there for probably 30 years, and he has broken English. And so he would say, shut it, if you were talking coffee now. And that would be the Go Away. So coffee cups are available. Coffee's available. The Go Away coffee should be available in about a week. The next one, the fourth one, and maybe the last one, I don't know, is going to be a decaf, because a lot of people have been asking me for decaf. All right, so now we need to cover, and by the way, if you guys have questions and comments, get them in. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We don't have to talk about my products. Hello, Stuart. Good to see you. All right, so the T-shirts, for those of you who haven't seen this one, Life is Resistance, and this is like the resistance symbol here. These shirts are available also at Michael Bunker. I'm gonna lean the right way one time. michaelbunker.com. The meaning of the shirt is that life is resistance. From the moment you wake up in the morning and press your feet up against the earth and push up against the press of gravity, God has designed the creation where resistance is what forms us. Resistance is what gives us strength and character and all of these things. And even the ability to walk, the ability to lift something up, is because you are resisting, and it allows you to build character, build honor, build strength, build muscle, build whatever it is that you're resisting against. And without resistance, you would become a fat, stupid blob and float off into space and die immediately. So life is resistance, and it's my answer to a whole lot of questions that I get all the time. These shirts are probably the most comfortable shirts you'll ever own. If you already have one of the Embrace Discomfort shirts, this is similar quality, in fact, the same quality. And order one right now. You can get one at, let me lean the right way. No, I did it wrong again. michaelbunker.com. Go to the swag button, and there's T-shirts and whatnot. All right, so what else do we need to talk about? Movie news. Things are moving, is all I can say. Not a whole lot more to add from the last update. As most of you know, the Pennsylvania movie went on hold during COVID, but it now is moving again. The process is moving again. Some money is actually being spent, so that's good. Hey, Stuart, good to see you. Hope to keep up the great content. Hopefully to have more and more and more videos available. I'm just getting back into it. You guys, you can help me by buying merch or donating right here. If you're on YouTube, you can go down to the little comment section, hit the little dollar sign, and you can do what's called a super chat. Super chats are cool. All right. Good to see you, Pat. Good to see you, Sandy. Good to see you. All a lot of good people here. Mike, War Dog Heim, everybody else, Richard, good to see you guys. Everybody come on in, put a comment in the comments section. War Dog Heim says that the T-shirts are comfy. They are very comfy. This one is really the same. And I would wear these all the time if I didn't think that people would think that I always wore the same shirt, and they already think I never take a shower, which I don't. I take a sponge bath every once in a while. I get a shower everywhere. I was at my parents' house this past week. So I didn't finish telling you. We were in Arkansas. We were anxious to be home to get back into it, start making videos and stuff again. And my mom had fallen the week before we went to Arkansas, and she caught herself and she broke her hand. And she had to have surgery, and they had to put a pin in her hand. Well, when we got back from Arkansas, she fell again, and she broke some stuff. And she was taken to the emergency room, and so then she's going to have to be in a rehab hospital for some amount of time, depending on how well she does. So I, on a few minutes' notice, drove up to Lubbock. My wife drove me up there, dropped me off, and I hung out with my dad and tried to see if there was anything he needed. He and I ended up driving up to Norman, Oklahoma to pick up a car. And so then I was there, then I got back, and that's why I'm just now on Sunday getting back to doing shows. My goal is to do 1 to 2 shows a day. We may do 2 today. So if you just tuned in, I'm going to try. Hello, Ethan. I'm going to try to do a live tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time from the rolling table, rolling cigar. Speaking of, while I'm waiting for your questions and comments, this is a Michael Bunker home roll. If you are not if I'm giving you guys links and stuff, they're all going to be in the description on the YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel. By the way, subscribe on the YouTube channel. Hit the like button right now, wherever you are. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Twitch, wherever you are, hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. But go to YouTube, no matter what format you're on. Go to YouTube when this show's over and hit the like button. Subscribe to the show, and that sure would help me a lot. And I have an email list for Bunker Cigars. So you need to send me an email to bunker2k@hotmail.com or any other way you have of communicating with me, even on here. Put your email on there, and I'll add you to the email list, which is a separate email list that's just for Bunker Cigars. I don't have to save you a cigar, Ethan. All you have to do is contact me. But I'm going to be rolling today, hopefully this afternoon at 7 p.m., and I'll sit and talk to you guys while I roll cigars. That's always a fun time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, though. I'm sitting here waiting for questions. I think Pat had a comment. She said she mixed half Bonnie Blue and Mesquite Coffee and loved it. By the way, thank you for bringing it up. Mesquite Coffee is looking good. We never know whether we're going to have a mesquite bean crop. We have a ton of tassels on the trees because it's the tasseling time right now. Tassels usually mean we're going to get beans, but they're not always. We do not get a crop every year, and even the years we get a crop, it's not always a good crop. Sometimes there'll be 1 or 2 trees that have beans on them. We also have about a week to 10 days to get all the beans that we're going to get before they fall off and we can't use them. So it is a scramble if we get a crop, if it's a good crop, to get as many beans as possible. And we take orders as we get them, and we sell out within a day or 2 every year. So hopefully going to have a Mesquite Coffee crop this year. All right. I have your emails already, but I don't keep them in my brain. So definitely send them to me separately if you want to be on the email list for cigars. And that's important that you do that separately because I don't send cigar stuff to my whole list. All right. If you guys have questions or comments, anything you want to talk about, I think I did a movie update. So movie things moving again. I'm hoping that we're going to see some movement more this summer as things get rocking and rolling back in Hollywood again, and people are getting back to work, and all that kind of stuff is happening. And I hope to have a conversation with the Hollywood people here pretty soon. We've just been busy. We've been really, really busy, and with everything going on out there where they weren't really making movies, it's been kind of a disconnect. So we're going to get back together, but things are moving, and that's good. If If you have questions or comments, topics you want to talk about, I know that I promised to do a show about the tiresome idiots who on every time there's a run on something go up and start beating up people who are buying things with their own money. And I've talked a little bit, especially on my Facebook, about my irritation with the fact that most people who participate in the meme universe on social media are participating in a massive brainwashing activity that's purposefully designed to make people stupid and to make them make bad decisions. And they do it because either they're stupid or because they're ignorant. And they follow me. So I am going to do a little mini rant. People follow me on social media, whether it's Twitter or I do most of my interaction on Facebook, but I'm on Instagram quite a bit too, every day. And they follow me, and they do it for their own reasons. But a lot of them, after they follow me, they unfollow me, or they keep following me, but they don't see my material on purpose. I say something that irritates them, their politics or whatever it is, and they don't want to see me anymore. So they mute me or whatever they do. Here's why I have a problem with that. I didn't send you a friend request, almost certainly. Out of the 1,600 and whatever people that are following me on Facebook, and I do not accept every friend request I get. I'm a little bit, I vet people. I'm not one of these authors that has 5,000 followers but doesn't even know, and half of them are bots, okay? Bots don't get through my vetting process. So people send me a friend request. Out of those 1,600 and something people, maybe 12 people have ever gotten a friend request from me. Maybe. Because I don't send out friend requests unless it's somebody I met in real life who told me to, or it's somebody that I'm really interested in. So these people follow me, and then they do whatever it takes to remove my material from them while it still shows that they're following me. So meanwhile, I'm being a good person, and I'm seeing their bullshit. And that's what it is. But they're not seeing mine. And they're the ones that sent me the friend request. So that becomes very irritating when I do an entire day of rants about how you are being played, you are being brainwashed into believing a false sense of scarcity so that you attack your neighbor for going out and buying gas or buying toilet paper with their own money based on fraudulent ideas and fallacious logic. Stupid people, and then you just sit around and pass around these stupid memes, and all you had to do is see my stuff once, and you wouldn't do it. It's not funny, but you keep doing it because you're an idiot. And so it pisses me off a little bit. So what I do is I unfollow those people. I block them. I have there's a scale. I either freeze you for 30 days, unfollow you, unfriend you, or block you, depending on how irritated I am with your bull. And it's really, really irritating to me that for some reason I'm seeing your BS and I don't know you because you somehow were vomited into my area of operations, and I'm seeing your stuff, but you're not seeing mine. You're obviously not seeing mine. If I make a logical refutation of something throughout a whole day so that it's inarguable and nobody can get on and argue with me about it because they'll get defeated in it, and you're still out there posting that BS after a full day of that, that tells me you're not seeing my material, which tells me that you sent me a friend request, you're not seeing my stuff, and you're while you're feigning that we're friends, but I'm seeing your stuff because you followed me. Shave the sides of your head and wear a disconnected braid. How about you drown in a fire, Ethan? What is that even supposed to mean? Why would I shave the sides of my head and wear a disconnected braid? You have to give me some context as to where that's supposed to fit in. Well, why would I do that? Are you trying to say that that's what Goa would look like? Because then put that, then I know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. If I tell someone to walk up to a stranger and just say, shave your head, well, What are you trying to say? All right. And I'm not mad at you, Ethan. I'm just trying to get you to communicate better. That's what I do here. If you are out there, hit the like button wherever you are. Specifically, go to YouTube, hit the like button. Subscribe on YouTube. We need more subscribers, and all that sort of thing. So that irritates me a little bit. So I promised I was going to do a show during the pretend gas shortage, and I just wasn't able to do it. We didn't have any sun, or I was otherwise busy. If we have sun, I can do a show whenever I want to, even at night, because the batteries will be charged and I can make it through a show. So that's where we are right now. I said I was going to do one, but everybody already knows what I think. I just told everybody what I think about it. This is what happens to me. I walk around the land, or I'm doing something. I'm like, this would be a great show. I need to go down to the office right now and do a show on this topic. I am passionate about it. People are going to want to listen to what I have to say. They're going to learn something. And then I can't do it for some reason because either I don't have power or because of something's happened or I have something else to do. And then I realize when I have more time to think about it, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk for 45 minutes and almost nobody's going to participate or ask any questions or whatever. Because it's a cool hairstyle, then do it. Do it to yourself, Ethan. Show me a picture of what that's supposed to look like. Send me a picture. I'm not going to shave my head and get a ponytail or whatever that is, a disconnected braid. That sounds to me like maybe something that I would not want to do. But maybe Goa would have that. Maybe Goa would have the sides of his head shaved. I don't know. Is that something that's like fresh? I mean, is that new or is that something that's been around for a little while? Hey, if you're new out there, if you never watched one of these shows before, generally what happens is I actually have a topic planned, and I'll do a rant at the beginning of the show, and then we'll take questions and comments, but there's some kind of topic for the program. I don't have one for today other than I wanted to update everybody on why I hadn't been here, why I haven't been doing shows. We are going to be doing part 4 of I'm looking for the book, of the Gentleman in Moscow book club. I just don't know where the book is right now. I have to find the book. And we're going to be doing part 4 sometime in the next week. And then there's one more part, book 5, that'll be coming up pretty soon. So I'm back in the saddle. Lord willing, I'll be doing this stuff. I got a bunch of stuff I got to move. But again, if you have questions or comments, anything that you want me to talk about, anything you want me to answer, I can answer questions about just about anything. Doesn't mean I will, but I can. And so if you have questions about anything, now is your time. I think we are 28 minutes into the show, and it's going to be over in 30 minutes because I'm not getting any comments. I don't know if I'm just not seeing them, if they're just not coming through, or people just aren't making them, or they're afraid that I'm angry when I'm not, and they don't want to ask me questions. So if you don't have any questions, this is going to be a very short show, but I will plan on doing one tonight at 7 p.m. You can catch us then. Get your questions ready. I'll be rolling some cigars, Lord willing, and we'll have some power, Lord willing. I have no idea. English Women's Fan, good to see you back here too. Name's Michael, not Mike, but that's fine. I will accept it. Good to see you too. Glad to be back. Hope everybody's. It's an old Viking hairstyle. Okay, well, I was called a Viking when I was in New Orleans last by a pirate. A pirate called me a Viking, which I thought was a little weird. Send me a picture of that, Ethan, so I know what you're talking about. I probably have to get my hair where it's going to be like Goa would wear it, which may be more like what I have right now. I think you've already subtly answered this, but I was wondering if you grow your own coffee beans. No, I don't think we can grow coffee beans here. Coffee beans grow on a small shrub-like tree. I have been to places where they grow coffee and have been amongst the trees and whatnot, but I don't think you can grow it in the United States. I don't know of anybody that grows coffee in the United States. So it's roasted here, but it's not grown here. You probably could grow maybe 1 or 2 little bush trees in a greenhouse, but not enough to make any real amount of coffee, I would imagine. I could be wrong. Maybe somebody somewhere is growing it, but it ain't here. pardon me, especially with this freeze we had this year, the Icepocalypse, that would have probably wiped out an entire coffee farm. I'm still interested in hearing your thoughts on the whole gas lockout thing. Okay, well, I'll do a little bit of that. All right. All right. So basically, my thoughts on the gas lockout thing was that, first of all, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm not advancing any new conspiracy theory other than, from my understanding, that gas does not pump directly from the place where it's distilled or whatever they do to make it into the pumps that go into your car, but it actually goes to tank farms where it's stored, and there's usually quite a bit, maybe a week or more, 2 weeks. So there's no way the shortage should have been happening within 24 hours, which is what happened. Secondly, I don't think I buy the whole story to begin with. I think it was a targeted a psyop, and I think people fell for it. One of the whole principles of the Bolshevik revolution that's going on right now in America is the false idea of scarcity, which is brainwashing people into believing that if you don't have something, it's because somebody else took it from you or somebody else has more than they need. It's a common Marxist way of getting people to emotionally react to false information. And so the idea that, and the Bolsheviks advanced this view through the idea of wrecking and, their persecution of kulaks and all that kind of stuff. And I've talked about this quite extensively. But when we have the confluence of a bunch of events in a row, COVID causing a bunch of shortages that should not have happened, you have a hindering of the just-in-time ability to deliver things, the closing of stores on purpose, politically, and shops, and targeting a couple of huge retailers that are allowed to stay open while all the small mom and pops are put out of business. This creates a false sense of scarcity. And then you reinforce that idea through memes that come through, that are blasted through social media. So everybody who's watching this has seen the memes where there's a picture of 5 or 6 different things, and they go, you can only have one. So it'd be like a burger and a shake and fries and a pizza, chicken, or whatever. And you're supposed, and they create a false choice, the false choice fallacy, and they say you can only have one. It's supposed to be fun, right? You're supposed to go, oh, well, if I could only have one of these foods, what would it be? What you don't realize is that these things are being multiplied, and you're seeing them more and more throughout the day. It's a subconscious way. People like Darren Brown and people who use hypnosis use these tactics in order to train the brain to react a certain way to certain stimulus. So when you sit there on social media and you're scrolling through and you see 7 memes in a row that all enforce a false sense of scarcity. So it'll say something like, you can only keep one of these things, or 4 of these you can keep and one of them must go. And everybody that's listening to my voice sees these things. Those are not on accident. There are not individuals out there coming up with those memes. Those are planned mind training exercises, so that subconsciously, you never think it consciously, subconsciously, it builds up like layers of asphalt. It builds up the feeling that there's an enforced scarcity, that there's not enough stuff. All of the news articles and all the media then tells you that rich people are why you don't have things. I'm a poor person. No rich person is the reason I don't have things. I'm not saying rich people don't do scumbaggery. They do. But I'm saying that's not why you don't have things. This false view of scarcity, that there's a fixed pie and that if somebody else got a piece of pie, then there's someone that didn't get one, is false. It's a false economic paradigm, and it needs to be defeated. And it's what Bolsheviks and Marxists use in order to take over the economy. So the gas lockout thing was basically just another ploy in this idea to continue to reinforce the idea that other people are causing your shortage. So if you couldn't get gas because other people who are a bunch of dummies are running out there filling up plastic bags, which was a complete myth taken from pictures that were from 2018 or 2019 in Mexico. And you're forwarding this stuff as memes because you think those people are stupid. You're the stupid one. You are being played. If you put out any meme during the gas shortage making fun of people buying gas, you are the tool. You are the trick. You're the dumbass who is forwarding Marxist propaganda. All right. Let me ask a question. Let me find out. Bare land is so expensive in British Columbia, but it is cheaper in the northern part of the province. What do you think about homesteading where the growing season is short? I just don't know anything about it. I know that things will grow faster in places with short growing seasons. I just don't know. Where we are, our growing season is nearly year round. Not completely year round, but pretty close. And we have grown year round using row covers. I just don't know enough about it. My own instinct is that I would never go north. I would always go south, but that's just my own instinct. I don't like cold weather. I don't like the Icepocalypse that we just had. So instead of it being an attack on infrastructure, it's an attack on the mass man's thinking process. Absolutely. Absolutely. It does show a weakness in the infrastructure protection that also adds to the psychological effect of the image of scarcity. It's an attack on it's designed to cause fear and to otherize people who behave in a way differently than you have chosen to behave. Oh, it seems like my mustache is growing funny. It seems like maybe it's just the angle. Anyways, there's a psychological operation barrage that's going on that all fits into this idea of enforcing the idea of false scarcity and to cause fear and to cause neighbor to hate neighbor because the neighbor is not playing by society's rules. And society's rules means that the crypto socialists who pretend to be conservatives, who are making jokes about this, who are actually Marxists, are afraid that they are unprepared. And they are unprepared, but they are afraid. And they're afraid if you go out and get prepared, then because of this false sense of scarcity, they're not going to have stuff to get prepared. Yes, surveys everywhere. That's another ploy in the use of the application of false scarcity. Doing it more and more on YouTube. That's true. I avoid sharing and getting in all that nonsense. I prefer to sticking to helping people with English and using social media to do that. All right, cool. I've grown up in Alaska. That's where Ethan is, by the way. I was there in the early 90s and now in Montana. It is all in soil prep. Okay, short season growing and fertility enhancement with manure and other amendments. All right, cool. All right, so that's my main point is that you are a target, and if you're not a target for them to create fear in you, you're a target for you to, because of your arrogance, to be used to forward psyop materials, psychological operations. And there's a psychological operation going on right now on a broad scale. It's on billboards, it's on music, it's in the media, social media. It is everywhere. It's on the news. And it is all designed to forward a Bolshevik Marxist idea that we need government to redistribute wealth, to redistribute property, and all of those things, which it never does, by the way. It just takes it all. And because there's an ignorance of history, and the Bolsheviks among us are rewriting history on the fly, destroying monuments and all that kind of stuff. They are having a field day in their success of it. And I hope in the Bunker Nation that we create an army of people who are capable of thinking, who are capable of using the rules of logic and reason to destroy this stuff and to be a bulwark against it. at least in the minds of people who are, to whom it is given to understand truth. All right. Do I like the heat? I do like the heat, not unbearable heat. I don't want to go to Brazil just for the heat. I would go to Brazil for a lot of other reasons, including the fact that it is the largest coffee producer in the world. But humidity, I don't like. That's why I live where I live. I live in Texas because we get plenty of heat. I don't like it over 100, but I like a long growing season. We get about 8.5 months of near perfect weather. So that's why. All right. Anybody else got anything you want to talk about? Anything going on? I wanted to remind everybody of this. Get yourself a mug. Link in the description. Get you a go away mug. Everybody ordered. If everybody ordered one today, that would be cool. All right, I'm here. I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Give you a couple minutes to get a question, comment in. If you have anything you want to talk about, including the next show, I want to ask everyone that's here, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification so you get alerts, and tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be at the rolling table, Lord willing, and we can chat some more over whatever you want to talk about. I can roll and talk about anything. Come to Brazil for the barbecue and coffee then. I'll do that. I have to get my passport re-upped. And they may not let me on a plane. We'll see. I may be on a no-fly list. I have no idea. I don't know why I would be. I'm just a gentle, harmless man. All right, y'all. It's been great. Good to be back. Lord willing, we'll be doing this more often. You guys stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. That way you'll know when I go live. If you hit that notifications bell on YouTube, you will get notifications when I'm going to go live. So hope everybody is doing well. Lord willing, I'll see you at 7 p.m. tonight. God bless.